What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's How to Unlock video, we're going to be covering the Groza Cold War Assault Rifle for those of you that are free to play in Warzone. Now, this is from Season 1 of Cold War, so it's been a long time since I've covered this. We are on a completely new map. Tons of new players have joined since then, but overall, there might be people still struggling to unlock this, so I wanted to give you guys an updated version. You guys can expect me to cover some tips and tricks to make it a bit easier. We will obviously go over the challenge so you guys know exactly what to do to unlock it, and I will even share with you guys a recommended loadout to best set you up for success. If you guys do enjoy this content anytime or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Just go ahead and throw an easy goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you'd like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button, alongside that notification bell so you don't miss you in future videos. Alright, in order to unlock this, of course, first you're going to need to know what that challenge is. So if you go to where you edit your loadout, go to the assault rifle category, scroll down to the Groza. Your challenge should be read as follows. Using assault rifles, get 3 or more kills without dying in 15 different matches. To simplify this a little bit, all you essentially need to do is go on a 3 kill streak or get 3 kills in the same life. The first thing I want to dive into is what game mode you guys should be playing. If you have access to a limited time mode, whether it's Call to Air Clash or Rebirth Blood Money Quads, you can absolutely do this challenge in that. However, that's not always available in the game, so I do want to recommend something that is going to be a little bit more consistent, which is going to be Plunder. Plunder is also a little bit better because it gives people of a wider variety of skill level more time to achieve their goal, which is putting the tracking or progress on their challenge, because those matches last anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. Also, with this challenge in particular, having to have 3 eliminations in the same life, it may be a little bit easier to get picked off in those LTMs, and you may find it to be a little bit better to actually play your life by just jumping into Plunder itself. Now, when you're diving into Plunder, the best place you can land on the map to get the most engagements is going to be the airfield. People land here to do weapon challenges, level up their weapons, or they just know it's the most populated place and they are looking for kills, so this is the place they choose to go. Personally, a tactic that I like to take is to land on the outskirts near the trees, because it provides a little bit more cover, eliminates those players maybe diving in onto your head, and gives you a better opportunity to kind of plan your engagements. With this challenge in particular, the first engagement isn't going to be as important, because obviously once you get that, you go for your second elimination, and at that point you're really going to want to play your life. So choosing those engagements wisely is important. However, if it is the first elimination of the 3 you're looking for, you don't overall have to be as careful. Now, there's a couple of different strategies you can take. It's going to depend on your skill level. If you're finding that you are struggling to get these eliminations and stay alive, maybe being a little bit more passive is going to be the way for you. Choosing those engagements from a little bit longer distance. That way you're not getting into an immediate engagement with someone close quarters right after you get your first or second elimination. So I highly recommend mounting somewhere up high, whether it's on a roof or just a ledge that gives you a good overview, or even landing, like I said, in the trees and being able to mount on those trees, take people out from a further distance. Strategy that I usually take is a little bit more close quarters, which you guys will see once I get to the recommended loadout. So I choose to be a little bit more close to the enemies, allowing me to get more engagements a little bit faster. However, I'm a little bit more confident that I will win multiple in a row, and so I'm not as worried about getting eliminated. Now, I do want to include that it is not really important how long it takes you to get the 3 eliminations. You get the first one, 5 minutes go by, you get a second one, 10 minutes go by, you get a third one. Obviously, you will still get the progress towards your challenge. However, it could be a little bit of a stretch knowing how long the matches will actually go for. So it can be a little bit risky overall, allowing too much time to pass. But the main goal here is to play your life. So you're going to want to do whatever it takes in order to achieve that. I will say, if you were choosing the close quarters engagement route, it might be a little bit easier to camp yourself in a corner. I know no one wants to do that. However, it's going to give you the best chance of success. Listen for those footsteps, allow people to pass by, obviously take them out, and then you might want to switch up the location in which you are hiding at that point, because someone might be looking for you, and also someone might be rushing in to get that easier elimination. Don't forget, you can actually eliminate the players that are flying in as well, which overall might make it a little bit easier for those of you struggling to get maybe your second or third elimination, as those people can't actually shoot back at you. This is definitely one of those situations where the passive playstyle will really become beneficial. One thing I like to run in order to improve my odds here is going to be High Alert as my second perk. This will basically let you know when someone is looking at you and what direction they're coming from. Sometimes this helps, especially for the people flying in. This will allow you to reevaluate the situation that you're currently in, whether or not it's trying to avoid being seen or get out of that situation where you are being looked at, and then re-challenge in order to win the engagement, or choose to get away from that and reposition yourself in a place that won't actually get you eliminated. Another thing that is extremely helpful for this challenge is going to be running dead silence, obviously giving you silent footsteps during the duration of it. This is really useful, especially after you get your first elimination. Sometimes people try to third party you. You can pop that dead silence, get out of that situation. They don't know exactly what direction that you've gone in, and you can even sometimes try to flank them as they don't know your location due to the fact that they cannot hear you, and you can sometimes actually eliminate them as well. Also, at the beginning of the match, if you're feeling extremely lucky, you could go to the end of the flight path and see how many players are AFK, hoping that you don't have anybody challenging you there, and maybe you'll get a couple of eliminations, even maybe get all 3. However, the issue with this is if you only get 1 or 2, you're going to have to make the trek all the way to where all the engagements take place, which is the airfield, and depending on where that flight path ends, could be a long distance and overall waste a ton of time that you may not have available to you. So now that we've covered some tips and tricks to make this a bit easier, you guys also know what the challenge is in order to unlock this. Let's go ahead and dive into our recommended loadout, which today is going to be with the QBZ Cold War Assault Rifle. All right, for our attachments, we have as follows. For the muzzle, we have that agency suppressor. For the barrel, the 15.5-inch task force. For our optic, we're running the Microflex LED. For the magazine, the Stanag 60-round drum, and then last but not least for our underbarrel, we have that Field Agent grip. All right, a couple more things I want to address before we wrap things up here. The reason I am recommending to you guys a Cold War Assault Rifle in order to unlock a Cold War Assault Rifle is sometimes when you use the weapons from the other titles, in this circumstance, whether it's Modern Warfare or Vanguard, it sometimes can affect the overall tracking of the challenge, which could lead to you guys not having matches that count. And obviously, you want to do this in the least amount of matches possible. So that's something you definitely want to avoid. Now, if you're confident you got the 3 eliminations in the single life and you go to check the progress and it doesn't seem to have tracked properly, I highly recommend staying through to the end of the match to increase the odds of it actually counting, overall not leading to you having to play more matches than is required. So today we have covered some tips and tricks to make it a bit easier. You guys know what the challenge is in order to unlock this. We've even covered recommended loadouts so you are best set up for success. I think that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.